class. This video is practice with applications of linear equations, so let's go ahead and get started. You should have your paper in front of you with this. The graph shows the relationship between the amount of money Sam makes in a month and the number of sales he makes in a month. And so go ahead and try to answer these three questions. The first question asks, what is Sam's base pay? That is, how much money does he make if he makes no sales this month? And so over here we can see that this is the zero sales right here. And so if we go up, we see that he makes $200 right here. $200 is how much he makes. So if he makes no sales this month, he makes $200. Okay. Then we need to write a linear equation that represents the line on this graph. So we have a y-intercept of 200. And then we need to find what the slope is. And so we need to find another point on this graph. And so we have a point right here. And the slope is rise over run. So we rise 200 because this goes up by 200, 400, 600, 800, and 1,000. So we go up 1,000, rise 1,000, and we go over one sale, two sales, so we go over 2. So that's 1,000 over 2, which is 1,000 divided by 2 is 500. So our slope is 500. So we have y equals 500 x plus the base pay, which is $200. Okay. Then it says, how much money does Sam make for each sale he makes? And what we find is that, remember that the unit rate is the slope. So the amount of money that he makes for each sale is going to be $500. The next part, the next question says, a doggy vacation company has an initial charge of $30, and then they charge $20 for each day the company takes care of the dog. So, doggy vacation company is a company that takes care of your dogs if you go on vacation. And so, let's try to figure this out. So, it says if X represents the number of dogs that stays, number of days the dog stays at the doggy vacation, write a linear equation that represents how much money a person will have to spend to have the company take care of the dog. So go ahead and try out these three questions on your own. So the unit rate is the $20 for each day. Okay, so that's going to be our slope, and the initial fee is $30, and so that is going to be our y-intercept. So we have a equation of y equals our unit rate, which is $20 a day, plus the initial fee of $30. The next question asks, if a person had to spend $110 for the company to take care of the dog, how many days did the company take care of the dog? Well, that means that the total cost, which is y, is 110. So we set the equation. We need to find out, since x represents how many days the dog stayed there, we can now subtract both sides by 30. Minus 30, we get 80 equals 20x. Then we are going to multiply both sides by 1 over 20. Times 1 over 20, we get x equals 4. So they stayed there 4 days. Okay. And then finally it says we need to graph this relationship on the line on the graph provided. We have a y-intercept of 30, and then we're going to go over 1 up 20 each time because our slope is 20. Over 1 up 20, over 1 up 20. Over 1 up 20, over 1 up 20, over 1 up 20, and you can see that our line is going to look just like that.